They didn't tell me.
They didn't tell me to check either.
And he
Wearing the sun, he stays there a lot. He doesn't turn it off. When I leave out, I turn it off.
Yeah.
I come back and it's on.
What is it? Never leaves up.
I got
All right,
you.
ready? Good evening. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening. This regular meeting of the Township Council is being held in accordance with the scheduled meetings of the Township Council, established and adopted by the Township Council, which schedule designated the time and day and place of this meeting. Adequate public notice of this meeting has been provided pursuant to the provision of the Open Public Meetings Act. We are using an electronic amplifying recording device in order to obtain a clear and audible record, and request all those wishing to speak be recognized and state your name and address directly into the microphone. The recording device will be solely utilized by a Township Clerk's office for the preparation of the minutes and shall be the official record of the Township Council meetings. Madam Clerk, we have the roll call, please.
Mr. Mignon.
Here.
Mrs. Albright Troxel.
Here.
Mrs. Grace Love.
Here.
Mr. Nash.
Here.
Mrs. Walters.
Here.
Mr. Castro.
Here.
Mr. Mercado.
Present.
Mr. Carlemere.
Here.
Mr. Cardis.
Here.
Deputy Chief Manazi. Mr. McGill.
Here.
Mrs. Corbin.
We have a resolution to go to closed session to discuss the aftermath of a settlement agreement that we have for a redevelopment area. That discussion will take probably about 20 minutes. It could be a little bit lengthier. If it is, I'll come out and give an update on that. So that's resolution 2508-294. May I have a motion, please, to go into closed session?
I'll make that motion. Second.
On the question, roll call, please.
Mr. Mignon.
Yes.
Mrs. Albright Troxel.
Yes.
Mrs. Grace Love.
Yes.
Mr. Nash.
Yes.
Mrs. Walters.
Yes.
Mr. Castro.
Yes.
Mr. Mercado.
Yes, we'll be back in 20.
Supporting stop.
Madam Clerk, may I have a roll call again, please?
Mr. Minio.
Here.
Mrs. Albright Troxel. Here. Mrs. Grace Love. Here. Mr. Nash.
Here.
Mrs. Walters. Here. Mr. Castro.
Here.
Mr. Mercado.
Present.
Mr. Carl Lemire.
Here.
Mr. Cardis.
Here.
Deputy Chief Manazzi. Mr. McGill.
Here.
Mrs. Janiza Corbett.
This closed session was to discuss a settlement agreement on the 1,000 Williamstown Road and next steps for that settlement agreement to fulfill our responsibilities as a township in addressing that agreement. We'll most likely continue and have some more sessions, closed session to discuss that to particular subject matter. Now we'll open up the public comment. This is for agenda items only. Each speaker is entitled to 3 minutes. There's a total of 15 minutes for the first public comment portion. You're able to speak one time, and we will address any questions or concerns you have after the first public comment period. Anyone like to speak? Mr. Burns, Mr. Leader, followed by Ms. Corn.
Good evening, Council. Brian Burns, Sawwood Drive and Ariel. I just wanted to give my kudos and my support and advocacy for the grant for the Marshall House. I'm familiar with that property a lot more now than I was a couple months ago. And going through the master plan reexamination and the open space recreational plan, the preservation of that property has a lot of boxes checked off in both of those documents. Just real quick, I mean, this is not all of them, but on page 53, for example, this township planner has identified the north and south branches of Big Timber Creek as major green corridor areas to be preserved and opened up for recreational use. I think all council members are aware that the Marshall House is on 27 acres that borders Big Timber Creek, and that's an amazing piece of property. And to be able to open that up for recreational use, maybe community gardens, preserving a house that goes back to the 1700s is certainly a feather in the hat to the township. So I will do anything I can to promote that as an advocate, to volunteer when it comes down to possibly doing work on the property in the future. On page 7 of the master plan reexamination, it specifically says promote the preservation of its historically significant structures in districts that represent diversity of architectural styles in the township. On page 44, the master plan reexamination specifically says preserve scenic and cultural landscapes, lands with significant natural beauty or cultural heritage, such as historic sites, scenic vistas. Okay, there's not too many scenic vistas in Gloucester Township, but that is certainly one of them. I was there not that long ago, and when you get into the guts of that property, it is beautiful. You would not know where you are. You could take a picture of that and send it to friends and tell them you're on vacation in a faraway land. And the fact that the old pine forest or the natural trust in right across the creek in Gloucester County is there already. And the ability to join those two together is really an opportunity that doesn't come around too often in areas like this with the population explosion we have and the development that's going on. So I'd say you move forward with this. If we can spend 4.1 million for the bank in Blackwood, we can certainly put some money towards something of this significance as well. Page 21, it specifically says in the open space recreational plan, promote the preservation of historically significant structures. So it checks off a lot of boxes. It's a very positive thing for the township, and I'm behind it 100%. And I hope that the effort that starts out with this grant to preserve the house and get it watertight and preserve it from any further, demolition, see, that one, a proper word I'm looking for, but it's in disarray at the present time.
Thank
And
you.
it would be nice to get it at least stabilized and be able to move forward and open it up to the public and maybe even have additional community gardens there like you have at the Gabriel Davies Tavern. So,
Thank you,
Thank
Mr. Burns, for your comments. Mr. Leader?
Dave Leader, Huntington Avenue, Glendora.
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm looking at R 25:08-295, the capital account fund at 1.682 million dollars. So there must be significant items that are in that fund. I'd sure like to know what the highlight of makes up the major cost of those. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, Denise
evening.
Coyne, Hughes Landing. Resolution 2508-307 directs a taxpayer-funded study to decide if Block 18302, Lot 5, should be declared in need of redevelopment. But this lot was just purchased last year by a developer for $775,000. It already has a home on it, and it's in a healthy neighborhood. There's nothing blighted about it, which makes this study a waste of public funds. The settlement agreement essentially guarantees the outcome before the planning board even starts its work. So what's the point of doing a redevelopment study on prime real estate when the result is already predetermined? Resolution 2508-308 sends amendments to the New Vision redevelopment area plan to the planning board. The linked ordinance 02521 includes bulk standards far less restrictive than what's required elsewhere in the township. Approving reduced standards here sets a precedent for other redevelopers and developers to use to demand similar treatment, eroding zoning protections. Those are the same protections this council defended at the last redevelopment entity meeting in July. Yet a month later, you're prepared to give the same reduced standards to this developer. I wonder if you've weighed the true cost of these concessions to the taxpayers versus the cost of going to court and paying the settlement. If a pilot is awarded for Block 18302, Lot 5, the developer's school tax obligation will be drastically reduced or eliminated, yet taxpayers will still bear the full cost of educating any children from this development. That burden will last as long as the pilot does. The residents deserve to know before you vote whether a pilot is part of this agreement. I believe the cost to educate one child per year is roughly $16,000. So if there's approximately 200 kids in this development, that means there's $3,200,000 per year to send those kids to school. The lawsuit stems from a failure of oversight by this council acting as the redevelopment entity, in my opinion. I'm asking you not to repeat that mistake tonight by pushing through major redevelopment actions without full public discussion. Those resolutions should be removed from the consent agenda and discussed openly in public. If you approve these resolutions tonight, let the record show you were warned and you chose to repeat the same mistake that brought you here. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else? Close the first public portion. Thank you, Mr. Burns, for your comments in support of the Robert Marshall House, aka Martha's Farm. Mr. Leader, with the question about the capital account and the major costs. Mr. Cardis, would you happen to have that information?
No, I would
No, you
not, but
wouldn't.
I can provide that.
Okay. Mrs. Coyne's comments regarding resolutions 307 and 308, and also the ordinance. And I'm going to defer to Mr. Carlo Mayor and Mr. Assalta, who's our legal counsel, as to what I can and cannot say, because we were in closed session. Mr. Carlo
Well,
Mayor.
procedurally, council is moving forward with the ordinance on first reading 02521 tonight. But part of that, before you can go to a second reading, that request has to be analyzed and reviewed by the planning board before council can finally adopt any ordinance amendment change. And as it relates to our litigation settlement, I guess Mr. Salt can really respond to that.
My name is Mark Celta. I'm an attorney with the Brown and Connery Law Firm, and I've represented the township in the litigation. I've been part of the settlement agreement drafting. I did want to comment. I think one of the comments was that why take this action? It's a done deal. It's not a done deal because specifically, and this is public record, the settlement agreement says if permitted by law. So, for instance, if that zone was determined not to meet the statutory criteria, there's no obligation for the planning board or the township more properly to designate it as such. I think as Mr. Carlemere said, I had the same note. There's no binding action being taken by the council tonight. They're referring these various actions to the planning board, at which time there will be full hearings and the public will be able to provide input on these very issues.
Thank you, Mr. Celta. Next is the ordinance, first reading introduction, ordinance 0-25-20, ordinance of the Township of Gloucester, County of Camden, the State of New Jersey, adopting amendments to the Blackwood West redevelopment plan in accordance with the local redevelopment housing law, NJSA 4812A-1 et sec. This is a first reading. This is for property on 100 North Black Horse Pike. And it is for a medical spa services. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second? Second. On the question? Roll call, please.
Mr. Mignon?
Yes.
Mrs. Albright Troxel?
Yes.
Mrs. Grace Love?
Yes.
Mr. Nash?
Yes.
Mrs. Walters?
Yes.
Mr. Castro?
Yes.
Mr. Mercado?
Yes. Next is ordinance 0-25-21. Ordinance of the Township of Gloucester, County of Camden, State of New Jersey, adopting amendments to the New Vision Redevelopment Area Plan in accordance with the local redevelopment housing law, NJSA 4812A-1 et sec. What this does is provide a overlay district applicable to the block 18302 lot 1, block 18301 lots 12 and 14, block 18319 lots 1 and 1.01, and provides permitted uses for fee simple townhomes, condominium townhomes, or cooperative townhomes. There will be a hearing at its second reading. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Is there a second? Second. On the question, roll call, please.
Mr. Mignon?
Yes.
Mrs. Albright Troxel?
Yes.
Mrs. Grace Love?
Yes.
Mr. Nash?
Yes.
Mrs. Walters?
Yes.
Mr. Castro?
Abstain.
Mr. Mercado?
Yes. Next is our consent agenda. Any council member like to have any of the items removed from the consent agenda, please speak up. Hearing none, I entertain a motion to accept the consent agenda as presented.
So moved.
Second?
On the question, roll call, please.
Mr. Mignon?
Yes.
Mrs. Albright Troxel?
Yes.
Mrs. Grace Love?
Yes.
Mr. Nash?
Yes.
Mrs. Walters?
Yes.
Mr. Castro?
Yes.
Mr. Mercado?
Yes. We did not receive any GTE Gov access emails. Now go to our second public comment period. This is for 30 minutes. Each speaker is entitled to 5 minutes. Each speaker can speak once, and after those speakers have addressed council with their questions or concerns, council may respond to them at that time. Anyone like to speak during the second public comment? Mr. Leader, Ms. Coyne, Ms. Gentili, those are our three. Mr. Leader?
Dave Leader, Huntington Avenue, Glendora. Update for the green team. I'm trying to join. I've heard that it's a Democratic club. This is just gossip. that only the mayor appoints people on the green team who are his, part of his entourage. Don't know if that's true. It's sad to hear that. I'm used to volunteerism. I always volunteered on MLK Day when I was healthy, got the t-shirt, and I volunteered with the historic team several times, and tried to volunteer for the green team. Mr. Castro has not called me back since I left a message at the mayor's office a month ago. Last week, I went to the mayor's office in person, and Mr. Castro was not in, and I left a message for him. I have not heard from him since, which has only been a couple days, but yeah. Did I use the right name? I didn't, did I, Mr.
No.
Castro? I'm sorry.
Cruz.
Mr.
Cruz.
Mr. Cruz. I'm sorry, Mr. Castro.
It's okay.
Mr. Cruz. So the reason why I bring it up here is because this is on record. What I do casually in the mayor's office or when I see the mayor publicly is not recorded. This is recorded. So I don't know the reason why a public volunteer who's willing to give up their time and expertise is not been accepted for this activity since last January. The recordings of the audio and video of the township meetings has been an issue for over a year. Is it time to revamp the system? It's a question. Meanwhile, is it time to have an IT specialist familiar with the equipment, test the equipment prior to the meeting, and be present during the meeting until the root cause of the failures is known? Another question is, has this year's budget included looking for an upgrade for this equipment? This equipment is very old, I'm told, and that might be part of the root cause of the failure. When I worked in IT, I had customers who said that if you find the root cause, you need to install an irreversible solution. I worked on that my whole career. I'd like to see the same energy for your audio and visual system. My wife and I are in retirement and fixed income. Our taxes in 2004 were a little over $4,000. My taxes currently are $8,220. That's a 204% increase. Most of it during Mayor Mayer's role as the mayor of the township. If you remember, he campaigned on no taxes a couple times over the years. How many of your constituents are on the fixed income? Probably a lot. We're all aging. If they realize their taxes increased by 204%, do you think they would vote for Mr. Mayor and the current council members? Obviously, you can't answer that, but they're the questions I pose to township folks when I talk with them. Why is it the council can initiate a dialogue with the public, but the public can't initiate a dialogue with the council? This has happened in each of the last two meetings, where council questioned back to the public, and we're accepting shouted answers from the public. You can't have it both ways, can you? Well, yeah, you're in charge. You make the rules. You treat us the way you want to treat us. And you treat yourselves the way you want to treat yourselves. If you want to shout out to the public for clarification, you can. If the public wants to shout out for clarification, they get admonished. You have it both ways. You're in complete control. Why is it that the public can't have an open dialogue with council, but council can have an open dialogue with the public? When can I expect an organizational chart be updated and made available to the public? I think the chart is dated 2003. There's obviously been several changes. Thank you.
very much, Mr. Leader.
Denise Coyne, Choose Landing. Nancy has a handout. I am making this statement for the record because meaningful discussion is no longer permitted at council meetings, and the council president has the last word, even when it's not accurate. I want the minutes to reflect actual facts about the July 14th appointment of Mr. Castro because the public deserves nothing less. For Mr. Castro's appointment, based on public record, there was no public notice of a vacancy or appointment was issued for the July 14th, 2025 meeting. No appointment resolution appeared on the agenda. No appointment resolution was read into the record, motioned, or adopted. While a public nomination and vote occurred, the crucial step, a formal appointment resolution, was absent. New Jersey SA 40A:16-11 requires appointments be made by resolution adopted at a meeting. By contrast, the May 22nd, 2023 appointment of Tara Walters followed these steps. There was public notice in the Courier Post on May 12th and a cancellation notice on May 18th for the related meeting. The agenda, R23:05-121 for the executive session and R23:05-133 for the appointment, were both listed on the agenda. The appointment resolution was read, motioned, and voted on in public. Statement that these two processes were the same are incorrect. I provided a side-by-side chart documenting these facts and asked that they be included in the minutes so the records reflect the truth. Given these discrepancies, I request that council either fix the deficit by properly noticing and adopting an appointment resolution in public, or explain on the record the legal authority relied upon to treat a nomination vote as a lawful appointment under NJSA 40A-16-11. Thank you.
Ms. Gentili.
Hi, Nancy Kelly, Blackwood. Black Box Theater, trying to get an opening date on the website here. It says August 26th, 27th, 28th, with no exceptions. LD4 had a video out saying that it's early September for a grand opening. So I'm just looking for a clear-cut answer on when the grand opening is, unless it's a soft opening, the August 26th, 27th, 28th, like it says on the website. Is the public permitted to go to the grand opening? Is it invite only? How much it is to rent the facility? Is it staffed with that fee? Tables, chairs, catering, anything available, unless you have your own catering that we're only allowed to use them. And operating hours and days. And second portion, GT Perks. I keep hearing that GT Perks is out there, available. It has been implemented, but I called into, who did I speak to? Mary Jo Dentino, and said it is not put into effect. And as of now, we're looking at 2 to 3 weeks out. And right now we're still waiting on businesses. I asked what businesses. I was not told which businesses, so if you can tell me what businesses have been signed up and when is GT Perks happening, because I'm hearing that it is and it's not, and I'm seeing literature out there that GT Perks is implemented. And implemented means that it's in effect. GT Perks is not in effect. So I would like that. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Is there anyone else? Seeing none, we'll close the second public portion. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Leader, for your update on your quest to join the Green Team. You had stated that those that are part of the Green Team just happen to be part of the mayor's team or friends, or he said it's maybe just gossip. So my question to you is, why would you spread it if you just believe it's just gossip? Mr. Castro, as we stated earlier, was not the person you contacted. Is Mr. Cruz, who's the chief of staff for the mayor. in regard to the recordings of the township meeting, and if it's time to revamp. Tom, this was updated recently.
It was,
Our
yeah.
audio.
New amps, microphones. In fact, the microphone out there that the public uses, they're brand new. We did upgrade the system. There was an issue with, our ability to access YouTube, at the last meeting, and that has been, remedied at this point.
Okay. Do you believe there's a need to have IT present for a meeting?
No, I do not.
Okay. So there was no upgrade for this equipment in our current budget because this was addressed in the previous capital
Correct.
budget, I believe. Okay. Mr. Leader made comments about his taxes from 2004 to 2025. And, like it's posed a rhetorical question, how many on fixed income can afford their taxes? And he also asked for a org chart. That is not in the purview of council, but the administration. And Mr. Carter, is there any intentions to amend the current organizational chart of the township?
No, but I will pass on his comments to the mayor.
Okay. Ms. Coyne came up and provided a handout that was passed out by Ms. Nancy Kelly Gentili. And, Ms. Coyne had provided a side-by-side regarding the appointment of Mr. Castro. When we went into, we have a closed session that is on the agenda at each meeting, and we utilize that resolution to go into closed session. In addition to that, please don't shout out. In addition to that, when we came out from closed session, and I said that there was a nomination, and that nomination was made by Mr. Mignon. That followed. The resolution was not mentioned, but there was a resolution for that. That was the act to appoint Mr. Castro. I don't understand, and I don't have a prepared statement, and I probably don't have anything good in response to the questioning of Mr. Castro's appointment. But Mr. Castro has served this country, is serving our community, and he was rightfully appointed. And Mr. Castro, I continue to look forward to working with you. I don't understand why certain residents continue to question the appointments of anybody that's on here. We do everything out in the open. Nothing is predetermined. It was here. They was nominated. He was properly sworn in. And Mr. Castro is continue to serve as a council person. If you have any more issues with this, Ms. Coyne, go with it where you need to go with it. Okay? Ms. Kelly had asked regarding Black Box Theater and an opening date and a soft date. Do you have anything for that, Mr.
I
Carter?
believe there is an opening set for Friday, September 12th at 6 p.m.
Okay. So Friday, September 12th, and that is open to the general public?
I wasn't the one that put that out. I just saw it today.
Is that something you can find out for us?
Yes.
I don't know if rental and staff, is that something that has been discussed regarding the operating hours and if there's tables and chairs and if the general public can rent that out? Is that something that has even been discussed?
Again, I don't know the particulars of the actual opening and the event itself.
If you could provide some information for us at our next meeting, I appreciate it. And GT Perks, I did see some literature for that. Can you give us an update on that and perhaps reach out to Mrs. Dentino? I know that Ms. Gentili had reached out to her to indicate, I saw a brochure for it and it's been talked about, but if the list of vendors and where we're at in the process of GT Perks, if you can give us an update, and also Ms. Gentili would appreciate it. Polling of directors, please.
Mr. Carlemere,
And nothing to report?
Mr. Cardis,
Nothing to report right now.
Deputy Chief Manazzi, Mr. McGill,
Nothing, thank you.
Mrs. Corbin, Mr. Mignon,
Thanks for coming out. Have a great night and great week.
Mrs. Albright Troxel.
Mr. Burns, I appreciate your positive comments about things that we're doing up here. We do our best to try and give the best back to the township. I think that's what we all want, And I think that's what we all try to do up here as best we can. We are under constraints that not everybody is, and we can only do a certain amount with a certain amount of money and people. And we really try and make this a place where we all want to live and work and play. So again, thank you for your comments, and I'm happy to live here. My taxes are high too. And I'm a fixed income senior citizen. But I would rather live here in this township where I feel safe and I feel I can go to a senior meeting or I can go to any event that I want to here, that doesn't cost me a dime to go see a movie in the park or whatever I want to do. It's a great place to live. So I appreciate living here, and I hope that someday you do too. Thank you for coming.
Mrs. Grace Love,
Thank you for coming out. Thank you for your comments. Have a great week.
Mr. Nash.
Yeah, I also would like to respond to David. Take this for what it's worth. I appreciate your concerns for property tax, but the comments, what I wanted to go over is for the people who are not familiar with how property tax breakdowns work. I'm preaching to the choir, I'm sure, but your tax bill, 23% is county, 45% goes to school. We have nothing to do with those taxes. Okay, the 32% or 33% is municipal. So of your tax bill, just for clarification for anyone listening, we are responsible for 33% of your tax bill. Have a good night.
Mrs. Walters.
I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. I want to appreciate the chief and all the staff from the police and everybody who made National Night Out last week. It was a great event. I hope everybody was able to get someplace, but thank you for going out, and it was nice to go out in the community and see everybody. So see everybody next year as well. And have a good night.
Mr. Castro.
Thank you, everyone, for coming out, and I'll see you at the next meeting.
Mr. Mercado.
I want to thank everyone for coming out this evening. Also, just echo what Tara had indicated regarding National Night Out. A fantastic job that the police department puts on, and also the residents, because it wouldn't happen if there wasn't residents that were having these events and opening their doors. When you talk to people outside of our township, like, what is this? What? And they think it's just a party. No, it's bringing awareness to residents and having conversations and just keeping an eye out for your neighbors. I also want to thank Chief Harkins, the leadership of his police department, in working with us in creating the ordinance addressing youth and their behavior. If you watched any media this past weekend, it was on 3, 6, and 10. It was like back in the days, we only had 3 channels, 3, 6, and 10, and Fox. But you read the comments. I'm not a fan of reading comments when things are posted, but I think this is holding those that are accountable, that want to act up. Our town is a welcoming town. We want people to come here. We want people to enjoy things that are here. But if you're going to come here, you have to act accordingly. And so I'm very happy that my colleagues on council supported that ordinance, and we moved forward with that. So thank you very much. Thank you. With that, I entertain a motion to adjourn. Move. There's a second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Have a great evening, everyone. It was a great time.